All right, so this is like 2 days after I released the battery video. And now I have to start building cabinets. And I'm going to start with this cabinet here because it's the most straightforward cabinet as far as I can tell. It's just like 80 inches long, and I think I'm just going to do a 12 and 12 box. It's a straight up square. And do 3 compartments. So I've never built a cabinet before outside of this little closet. But I think I'm just going to cut 4 identical squares, 12 by 12, and then build a box around the squares. And then this face just have 3 openings and two dividers here. And then just do very simple hinge doors. And then I can, tie these up in through and do the lights right here with the dimmer. Yeah, so it's about 80 inches. Well, it's like almost smack dab 80 inches across. So the thing about this is the ceiling curves up. And if I was a better woodworker, I would try to like angle that and have more height on this side of the cabinet. I don't have the time for that. So even in the original camper, it just went straight across. And then they kind of just had like a wedge up here to block this. So I'm going to mimic that and do the same thing. So 12 inches comes right about here, just above the window. Or should I do 13? 13 and 12. 14 is right above it. I might do 12 by 13. A little bit more depth. Yeah, I'll do 12 by 13. Yeah, we'll do 13 by 13 to get a little more room in the cabinets. This is going to be the biggest cabinet of them all. So I kind of do want it to be a nice size. All right, 13 by 13 by 80 inches wide. Okay, so I'm going to use 3/4 inch for the ends and the dividers. So the idea is, because the cabinet actually holds up the ceiling. I've been driving around for years without cabinets, and it actually pulled the ceiling out. There's like a little fiberglass bump out that it goes into. Pulled it out. So I reattached it. And so with the 3/4 inch, I'll be able to like run through some screws on each side and then in the wall to hold it all up, to support it all. And I just figured that's like more to bite in, it's more sturdy. And then the sides and the doors are going to be 1/2 inch plywood. So hopefully that'll be pretty sturdy. So 13 by 13. So I'm going to cut some nice squares out of here. And then I'll pull out some 1/2 inch and I'll cut the 80 inch to go along it and see how it looks like it'll fit. I don't have a track saw or anything like that. So I'm doing this all freehand. And again, I'm not a skilled woodworker, so I'm hoping that it'll turn out okay. Kind of a square. Alright, now I got all 4 dividers cut. Pretty square too, happy with that. So, now I got to cut the 80 inch plank. Alright, so this is going to be the bottom piece at 80 inches by 13 wide. Alright, now to do the pocket screws on all the supports and sides. So yeah, 2 on the end that'll get drilled into the wall, and then 2 in the middle that'll separate to 3 compartments. So let me go ahead and just do 4 on each side. Alright, so it's the next day. I had to actually wait to go to the store because I needed shorter pocket screws. So I went and got the 1-inch ones because I'm going through a 1/2-inch plywood. So I'm going to attach the 3 sides and then go test the fit. And then I'll cut the faceplate and the top plate, and I'll see about cutting out the doors. Also for the wings, I did the pocket screws on the outside so they won't be visible. But they'll be visible on the 2 middle ones, but that's fine. Okay. Alright, now to put the couple dividers in. I'm gonna go 26.5 inches in for both. And then so this is the back portion that'll rest against the back wall. Okay, so I got the box kind of assembled here. It does fit in place. I didn't film it, but I got it in there and I was just wrestling too much. So you'll see when it goes in for the final step. So I'm going to cut 2 strips for the face plates. That'll do. Alright, so let's do the strips. So I think with the strips, I'm going to do 3 inches on the bottom, so there's more of a lip for things in there, and 2 inches on the top. And that'll leave a handful of inches for the doors. So, yeah, I'm going to double check those measurements, see if that's what I want to do, and then I'll be back and cut these. Alright, I got all the pocket holes drilled, so I'm going to glue down and put the strip on. Alright, so I got a fresh piece of plywood. I made this whole cabinet, and this is the one piece I have left from the original plywood. So that's pretty good. Making all that out of one piece, plus some scrap 3/8 or 3/4. All right, but I'm gonna go with the fresh piece because I kind of want to cut the doors, and I'm gonna try to do it really carefully, and so I have the same grain going all the way across for the doors. And when I measured it out, it's 8 3/4. So I'm gonna cut out each piece, measure the width and length. Just so I'm hoping I can get it to fit perfectly, and then just do a half overlap of the 3/4 dividers. So that way there's like a part for each of the door to rest on when you shut it. This is like legit, gotta be precise. So wish me luck. God. Oh. All right, so it's in. Again, I don't have any CNC. It's all hand tools and 2 saws and a sander. So it's just a little bit of a gap. But I'm into it, I'm happy. So it's getting cold and late, so I'm just gonna do these next 2 doors. Probably come back out here in the morning and we'll install it. All right, I marked out where the hinges are gonna go. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm really anxious to get this up in the camper, so I'm gonna take these doors off before I attach them. Do a final sand on the edges and stuff like that. But first I'm gonna put it in its spot. So let me move all these. Alright, so let me pause this filming and get it adjusted. So here's what I'm dealing with. This back wall is a little bit bowed just with the fiberglass and everything. And so pretty much the ceiling's square if I get it like in there. That's square, that's square. And that's a little bit square. So I think if I zip it in here and attach it, and then so that side's kind of sticking out this way. So I think if I attach this and get it, this is where it needs to be, I then can micro adjust that side when I attach it. All right, up. What does it look like? Does it look good? All right, rather than stressing myself out, I'm just gonna attach it all now. So, things that I'm not thrilled about, but I think is totally fine, is the inch in the gap in the back, but it's kind of flush up top. So, just something to do with this wall, the way it bowed with the fiberglass. Like, cause when I cut this wall back here, it's like I had to scribe it, so it bows in and out. So there's an inch gap at the bottom, but it's close up top. So I'll just put like I said, a stringer down here. And if I measure from this side to that side, it's like 1/8 of an inch, barely minuscule slope. But nothing in this van is square. It's a bubble. So it's up. It looks at sight looks great to me. I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna just finish and screw all 4 screws in. All right, so you just saw me bring in this cabinet here. I had to move the operation to the basement because it's just been too damn cold out, and it's still really cold out now. The highs aren't getting out of the 10s, and the lows are in the negatives. So I don't have the battery in here either, just because it's annoying taking it in and out. So, anyways, I got this second one built. It went a little bit less smooth than the first one, which was disappointing, but it's a different shape, so whatever. It was good practice. But it's not going to fit as snug as the other one did, so I might have to, like, you know, try a couple different ways. So first I'm going to get this wire out of the way and try to just set it in place. I think it'll go up easier because it's not as snug as a fit. You can see when I put it up that it's got a bit of an angle on the back to fit the contour of the camper a little bit. Actually, not bad. This is what I was kind of worried about, but boom, boom, that's fine. Okay, I can relax. Okay. All right, so now, where am I at? Where did I leave off last time I shot a video? Okay, so I have both of the cabinets up now. And I wired all the electrical, all these 4 puck lights on each side of underneath the cabinets. I already have that box in, so I'll show you what I'm doing here. So I made these little mini boxes to hold everything up like this on the cabinet, and then I had to have access if I need to ever change these lights or whatever, and it'll hide all that stuff in there. So I have a bunch of pocket screws. I'm going to remove the bottom part. Oh god. Remove the bottom, fish all this stuff in there, attach the frame, and then I'm just going to screw the bottom part on, and that way it's totally removable if I ever need to access any of this stuff. There's no glue or anything like that. So I'll just get to that and then I'll show you with them on. Let me line this up. Yes. Okay, now to put all these things through the panel and then put the panel up. So I'm going to do this all one at a time because when I was out here late last night, I wired this wrong a couple times. So now I just want to make sure I got it right. Okay, and this fits right in there. 2 screws to go in there. Actually, I'll do that right now before I put it up. Okay. Much easier doing the lights in this thing than when they were up in the ceiling. That was a big pain. Boom. And I got the exact hole saw I needed, so it's like way flusher. Way nicer. Cool. So I just put the fuse back in. And it's working. So yeah, I got these little stainless steel screws to put in. I pre-drilled. And so I'm just going to screw them back in, and then I'll be good to go. Nice. I really like this. Alright, so here now I have the cabinet built. It's right here. I'm about to fit it next. But it's built right here. I just wired up all the electrical for this side. So this is the switch for the exhaust fan. And this is the little light. I put the same exact light in the shower, so it'll be like an under the cabinet light. So I'm going to test fit it here and see where I want to drill the hole so I can feed these wires through. And I put a circular hole here and then another hole. So I have a dryer vent that is going to go in about right here to suck up the exhaust from this thing, and then from the stovetop, and then this here. So the only thing I need to do is I need to test fit where I drill a hole, and then I have to tilt it like this to get it in because this shower door kind of gets in the way. So I can't attach this sidewall, so I'm going to put it into place, fit it, drill it in, and then do the rest of the assembly on this end, and then I can put the face on as well. And I'll do that separately. So let me just get it in place to show you what it looks like. Okay. So I got the wires loomed and all in there properly. Now I just gotta balance this thing out just to make sure it's even. And then, so yeah, like I said, the tube's gonna go here, and I'm just gonna do the face later. And I have to attach this to hold up this edge. And then this cabinet's gonna attach right here. So this is dead space, forfeited. So yeah, that'll be the structural, because the face will go all the way this way. I just have to cut it properly. And then I'm going to put a brace underneath here to hold this up on this end too. But I have all these pocket screws to zip it into this back wall. Nice 4 anchor points here. And then a couple anchor points here. And also into the ceiling. So let me just balance this thing, get it plumbed up, and then we'll be good. All right, so this box is done. So I didn't show everything, but I did all the electrical. It's wired in, wired loomed, and all tucked under here. And then this is my exhaust fan. I'll show it up close with another shot, but it's a little plastic vent that it's directional. I still have to screw that in, but that's no big deal. And then this is a 4-inch dryer duct, flexible. So still tomorrow, I'll put the face on here in the door and then build this cabinet. But yeah, it's pretty nice. And then this original exhaust fan uses a lot of amps. It's like 6 amps. So you'll see the lights flicker a little bit. But you feel it, you know, it's nice, you feel it. So that'll mostly just be used in the winter when the windows really aren't open, because I have an exhaust fan there, another fan there. So this is just to complete it. But yeah, no, I'm very excited. This is all coming together much better than expected. All right. Another one down. Now to eat some lunch and then come back and do this one. The final one. All right. Oh yeah. All right. My trip to Pittsburgh that is happening very soon this weekend, a couple days. I'm getting it inspected on Friday. Today's a Wednesday. So okay, let me get the door on here. I already got that like pre-drilled and ready to go. Okay. Nice. All right, now it's like clean up and dial in time. All right, so here's the cabinets all done. You can get a look at all of them. They turned out really good. I'm definitely happy with how it all worked out, and we're definitely going to have a good amount of storage in this thing once it's all done. So yeah, so I did a whole trip down to Pittsburgh after I made these, and I'm back now making this video. So I didn't get too much footage from inside the camper in Pittsburgh, but I did do a big scrap run with my brother. So the next footage you'll see is me and him scrapping a bunch of wire and metal boxes and stuff like that. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, it's a hodgepodge. We may have to figure this out there.